The Ottoman Empire was one of the largest and longest-lasting empires in history. It controlled much of Southeast Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa for over 600 years. The empire was known for its military strength, cultural achievements, and religious tolerance. At its peak, the Ottoman Empire was a major center of trade and learning. It connected East and West, playing a vital role in global commerce and cultural exchange. The empire left behind a rich legacy of art, architecture, literature, and science. The Ottomans were known for their beautiful mosques, intricate carpets, and delicious coffee. Their scientific advancements included innovations in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine. The Ottoman Empire's influence can still be seen today in the languages, cuisines, and traditions of many countries around the world. The Ottoman Empire emerged from the decline of the Seljuk Sultanate of Rum. Osman I, a Turkic tribal leader, founded the empire in Anatolia, modern-day Turkey, in 1299. The early Ottomans were skilled warriors and tacticians. They quickly expanded their territory, conquering neighboring Byzantine cities and principalities.
Our success was due in part to our use of gunpowder weapons and our ability to unite diverse groups under our rule.
However, the Ottomans also faced setbacks. In 1402, the Mongol warlord Timur dealt them a crushing defeat at the Battle of Ankara. This defeat temporarily halted the empire's expansion and led to a period of internal strife. Despite this setback, the Ottomans recovered under the leadership of Murad II. He reunited the empire and resumed its expansion. By the mid-15th century, the Ottomans were poised to conquer the Byzantine capital of Constantinople. In 1453, Sultan Mehmed II, known as the Conqueror, achieved what was once thought impossible. He captured Constantinople. This monumental event was a turning point in history, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire and the beginning of a new era under Ottoman rule. The city, a center but a significant cultural and religious shift. This victory marked the end of the Byzantine Empire and the rise of the Ottoman Empire as a major power. The Ottomans, under Mehmed II's leadership, began to expand their influence and territory, reshaping the political landscape of the region.
Constantinople will be our new capital. This city, with its strategic location and rich history, will serve as the heart of our empire. We shall rename it Istanbul and rebuild it to become a beacon of culture and commerce. Our vision is to transform it into a thriving metropolis that attracts people from all corners of the world.
Mehmed II made Constantinople the new capital of the Ottoman Empire, renaming it Istanbul. His vision was to create a city that would rival the greatest capitals of the world. He rebuilt and revitalized the city, attracting artists, scholars, and merchants from across the empire and beyond. Istanbul became a hub of intellectual and cultural activity, fostering an environment where ideas and innovations could flourish. Istanbul became a melting pot of cultures and a center of trade between East and West. The city's markets bustled with goods from distant lands, and its streets echoed with the sounds of many languages.
Under my reign, the empire shall reach its peak. I, Suleiman the Magnificent, will lead the Ottomans to unprecedented heights of power and prosperity. We will expand our borders deep into Europe, conquering Belgrade, Rhodes, and Hungary. Our military campaigns will demonstrate the might and strategic brilliance of the Ottoman forces.
The Ottoman Empire reached its peak under the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent from 1520 to 1566. His rule was marked by significant territorial expansion and internal reforms that strengthened the empire. Suleiman was a brilliant military strategist and a wise ruler whose leadership not only expanded the empire's borders but also brought stability and prosperity to its people. He expanded the empire's borders deep into Europe and also reformed the Ottoman legal system, overseeing a flourishing of art, literature, and architecture. Under his reign, the Ottoman Empire became a beacon of cultural and intellectual achievement, leaving a lasting legacy that would influence the world for centuries to come.
Section 4, A Time of Challenges and Adaptation, 1566 to 1683.
After Suleiman's death in 1566, the Ottoman Empire entered a period of relative stagnation and decline. Suleiman, known as the Magnificent, had expanded the empire to its zenith, but his successors struggled to maintain this vast territory. While the empire remained large and powerful, it faced new challenges from European powers. The rise of European nation-states and their growing military and economic strength posed significant threats to Ottoman dominance. The discovery of new sea routes to the east by Europeans weakened the Ottoman economy, which had relied heavily on controlling trade routes between Europe and Asia. These new routes allowed European merchants to bypass Ottoman-controlled territories, leading to a decline in revenue. The Ottomans also faced internal challenges, including economic problems, corruption, and revolts. The empire's economy suffered from inflation and a debased currency, while corruption eroded the efficiency of the administration. The empire's vast size made it difficult to govern effectively, and the central government's power began to weaken. Provincial governors, or beys, often acted independently, further fragmenting the empire's authority.
Despite these challenges, the Ottomans continued to be a major military force. Their army was still formidable, and they maintained a strong presence in the Mediterranean and Eastern Europe. They fought numerous wars against European powers, including the Battle of Lepanto in 1571, a major naval defeat against a coalition of European states. This battle marked a turning point, as it was one of the first significant losses for the Ottoman navy. They also besieged Vienna in 1529 and again in 1683, but were unsuccessful both times. These sieges were part of the larger struggle between the Ottomans and the Habsburgs for control of Central Europe, highlighting the ongoing conflict and adaptation during this period.
Section 5. Struggling to keep up, 1683 to 1827.
The Ottoman Empire continued to decline in the 18th and early 19th centuries. European powers, particularly Russia and Austria, grew stronger and more aggressive, chipping away at Ottoman territories. The Ottomans lost control of Hungary, Transylvania, and Crimea, among other regions. Recognizing the need for change, Ottoman rulers attempted to modernize the empire.
Selim III, 1789 to 1807, and Mahmud II, 1808 to 1839, implemented reforms aimed at strengthening the military, improving education, and streamlining the bureaucracy. However, these reforms were often met with resistance from conservative elements within the empire.
The Ottoman Empire also faced growing nationalism among its diverse population. Greeks, Serbs, Bulgarians, and other ethnic groups began to agitate for independence, further weakening the empire's grip on its territories.
Section 6. The Empire Crumbles, 1827 to 1922. This period marks a significant chapter in history, where the once mighty Ottoman Empire faced a series of challenges that led to its eventual downfall.
In the 19th century, the Ottoman Empire continued to weaken and lose territory. The empire, which had once spanned 3 continents, found itself struggling to maintain control over its vast lands. The loss of territories was not just a geographical issue, but also a blow to the empire's prestige and influence. The Tanzimat reforms, a series of reforms initiated in 1839, aimed to modernize the empire and centralize power. These reforms were a response to the growing internal and external pressures facing the empire. They sought to bring about a new era of governance and societal structure. These reforms included the establishment of a modern army, a secular legal system, and a new education system. The goal was to create a more efficient and centralized state that could compete with the rising powers of Europe. The new army was trained and equipped to modern standards, while the legal and educational reforms aimed to create a more cohesive and enlightened society. However, these reforms were often implemented too slowly or met with resistance from conservative factions. Many within the empire were wary of the changes, fearing that they would erode traditional values and power structures. This resistance hindered the progress of the reforms and contributed to the empire's continued decline.
The Ottoman Empire fought a series of costly wars in the 19th and early 20th centuries. These conflicts drained the empire's resources and further weakened its military and economic standing. Each war brought new challenges and losses, compounding the difficulties faced by the empire. The Crimean War, 1853 to 1856, against Russia, demonstrated the empire's military weakness. Despite initial hopes of a quick victory, the war exposed the outdated tactics and equipment of the Ottoman forces. The conflict also highlighted the empire's reliance on European allies, who had their own interests in the region. The Balkan Wars, 1912 to 1913, resulted in the loss of almost all of the empire's remaining European territories. These wars were particularly devastating, as they not only reduced the empire's landholdings, but also shattered its influence in the Balkans. The loss of these territories was a significant blow to the empire's strategic position and morale.
The Ottoman Empire's involvement in World War I, 1914 to 1918, on the side of the Central Powers, proved to be its downfall. The war placed immense strain on the already weakened empire, leading to further territorial losses and internal strife. The decision to join the Central Powers was a gamble that ultimately did not pay off. Following the war, the victorious Allied powers divided up the Ottoman Empire's remaining territories. The Treaty of Sèvres in 1920 carved up the empire, leaving it a shadow of its former self. This division marked the end of the Ottoman era and the beginning of a new geopolitical landscape in the Middle East. The Ottoman government was officially dissolved in 1922, and the Republic of Turkey was established in its place. This marked the end of over 6 centuries of Ottoman rule and the beginning of a new chapter in Turkish history. The establishment of the Republic of Turkey under Mustafa Kemal Atatürk signaled a shift towards modernization and secularism, setting the stage for the nation's future development. The Ottoman Empire's legacy is complex and multifaceted. While it was responsible for much warfare and conquest, it was also a time of great cultural and intellectual flourishing. The empire's emphasis on religious tolerance and its role as a bridge between East and West left an indelible mark on history. The Ottomans were known for their beautiful mosques, intricate carpets, and delicious coffee. They made significant contributions to art, architecture, literature, and science. Their advancements in mathematics, astronomy, and medicine influenced the development of these fields in Europe. The Ottoman Empire may be gone, but its legacy continues to shape the world today. The empire's influence can be seen in the languages, cuisines, and traditions of many countries in Southeast Europe, Western Asia, and North Africa. Section 7. The enduring legacy of the Ottomans.